What's up with y'all? It's Marteen here, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
Yeah. Your name is starting to pop a lot. But prior to the signing to Warner Brothers, you released a mixtape, Focused.
Yeah.
How long after you released that mixtape did you get attention from labels?
Before that, honestly, I was kind of starting to meet with them. I met with Epic, and I met with a couple different ones. And just recently, though, I signed to Warner Records, so I'm super juiced about that. You know, they really believed, and they really saw the vision, and you know, they just wanted me to do me, so that's good.
That's awesome. And since the beginning, you've had your producer with you, JR. How did you guys get together, and what was that chemistry like? That you guys are still working together since then?
Yeah, I met him through a mutual friend actually. My boy Marty James, he's from the Bay. You know, JR's from the Bay too, so you know, it's just that realness. Yeah, we've been working for the past 2 years, and when I first met him, you know, I didn't even realize he did some of my favorite songs from when I was a kid, like crazy, like Sean Kingston, Jason Derulo, you know, Slaps, Nicki Minaj, all that. So it's just been a ride, bro. It's been tight.
I was just talking about this recently, where if you're just a regular person, you know, the age 16 sounds immature. But when you're an artist and you're writing lyrics the way that you are, 16 and age doesn't really make a difference. Tell me about your writing and where all that comes from. How do you get influenced to write to have such a mature sound?
Yeah, you know, just being a kid, honestly, going through things, you know, experiences, you know, I haven't exactly had, you know, the best life. You know, I've been, you know, I've struggled, I've done all that, you know, a lot going on in my life.
Yeah. And the music's the way that you've been able to make it all okay? Is that what it's been for you?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's a platform to, you know, just be creative and do what I love to do.
So far this year, you've released 3 singles, Sriracha, 2 Days, and We Cool. We Cool is hot, dude. But Sriracha was technically your debut single once you signed to the label. Why was Sriracha the one track that you wanted to introduce the world?
You know, it was just super fun. You know, it just happened so easily with my producer, you know. It was just like a quick idea, and, you know, like we just put it together, and I loved it, you know. It was just fun. It was fun to make.
So Sriracha, we're talking about Sriracha. 2 Days, we're talking about Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And then We Cool, we're talking about Top Ramen. Is this a conscious thing when you're writing your lyrics?
No, actually, it just comes out of the blue. You know, I didn't really mean to write about a bunch of foods. I love food, so you know.
Yeah. So with these 3 tracks that you've released so far, what is the studio vibe for you like? Especially because you've been with JR for so long. How does it change? How does he challenge you every single time that you go into the studio once again?
You know, I think we've been growing together. You know, he's a super producer. He's been working, you know, since the early 2000s. You know, he's one of the best. So, you know, he's learning what's new, and we're just kind of like growing together. You know, when I first met with him, I wasn't as developed. You know, I didn't really know who I was as much, and I've just grown as a person more. And yeah, man, it's just been a great process.
Now, talking a little more about being developed, your performance right now, you know how to take over that stage. That's a big stage you just hit right now. And you were on every single section of the stage. There was no stage that didn't get touched by you. So how do you learn all of this stuff, especially being so young in the music industry?
I think just practice, you know. I just went on my second tour with Dua Lipa. My first one was with Kehlani, and you know, with Kehlani I did 26 dates. With Dua I did 7, and then I had one with Khalid also while I was out there. So I think just practice, you know. Every time I pick up little things that I didn't do right, or at least that I didn't like, and I just make them better, and it's just got me to here.
What was the biggest thing that you learned with these 3 major tours that you just did?
Crowds are different. A lot of crowds are different. You know, you have the urban crowds, you have the pop crowds, the dance crowds. You know, you just got to know how to take them over, and I've been slowly learning that.
Right.
Yeah.
Now back to We Cool, we just recently dropped. You dropped a music video for it. Was it really a one take? That looked so smooth.
It was 2 takes. Between us, you know what I'm saying? When it goes up to the sky, it's like a quick little take, you know.
Okay.
But you don't really catch that. For the most part, it was a 1 take though.
Right.
Yeah, I brought all the homies and all my family down to LA, and I wanted to keep it true to myself, you know, because people could relate with that. So.
And going back to just being natural at what you're doing. tell me a little bit more about you in the music videos, because Sriracha, for example, you're writing down on these cars, you know, kind of a throwback to like the old hip hop days.
Exactly.
But it was just comfortable for you. It was just like you knew what you were doing, you knew how to stand there, you knew how to do what you were doing.
I mean, you know, it's
You're doing your research. That's what it was.
Yeah, no, for sure. I wanted it to be Bay Area inspired, you know, early 2000s hyphy movement, and you know, Ghost Ride the Whip. That was a big thing back then. So, you know, I really just looked up the videos and I studied them, and you know, I grew up around that with my dad and you know my whole family. So, I just wanted to keep it true to the Bay Area. Yeah.
All right, now lastly, what are you really working on right now? I know you got a project coming out for the new year. Are you working on an album, an EP? What can we expect with that?
Yeah, I'm working on an EP right now. I can't say exactly how many songs, you know, I don't want to ruin it, but soon.
What's the length of an EP?
Yeah, it's the length of an EP, and then soon after that, maybe I'll make it into an album.
Okay.
Yeah.
What has been the biggest challenge in creating this upcoming EP?
Shit, I'm just having fun, man. I'm just working, you know, seeing what happens. Just keeping it true to my life, you know, making sure that it's 100% me. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Now, for those that haven't heard your music yet, what is Marteen all about? What can they get out of listening to your tracks?
Yeah, you know, I've been having a lot of fun recently, like with my songs. I just make everybody dance, you know, make sure everybody has a good time.
Especially that new song you just dropped today.
Yeah. No, that's not out yet, but y'all see it soon. It's called Left to Right. Shoot, just talking about my life, you know, love, spreading love. I want to inspire people, so you know, in the future, I want to write about, you know, some real stuff. So,
is there any one specific artist that inspires you the most?
Yeah, I really like Ty Dolla $ign. I think he's super dope.
Can we agree right now that Ty Dolla is pretty much underrated?
Super underrated.
It drives me nuts how underrated it is.
He's a freaking icon, bro. He's tight as hell.
Right. I agree.
He's super dope. He's super soulful. Like, he's a real artist. I don't think people really take time to listen to his albums.
Or understand him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, dude. Well, hopefully it's different with you. Hopefully people take the time to listen to you, take the time to watch you live. You're doing this winter shows with Kehlani right now, and then hopefully upcoming tours later on in the new year.
Yep, I'm excited, bro. Nice to meet you.
Awesome, dude. Likewise. You guys be sure to check out Marteen. Check out the new singles. They're out now. They're called Sriracha, 2 Days, and
We cool.
yeah. Thanks for watching on Front Row Live.